The White House confirmed today a second American has died in Sudan.
Yeah, this comes as pockets of fighting resume despite the 72-hour ceasefire agreement we've been telling you about. People on the ground are reporting airstrikes as the fight to control the nation continues. The UN says at this point, neither side is willing to negotiate a peace deal. Meanwhile, foreign nationals, they are rushing to evacuate as resources like food, fuel, and functioning health services begin to run out.
Let's bring in Aleksandra Roulet-Cimpric. She is the Chad Country Director from the International Rescue Committee. Thank you for joining us, Aleksandra.
Hi, Roxana. Hi, Errol.
Hey there.
Your organization is on the ground in Sudan, but for security reasons, we will not be discussing those efforts. What can you tell us about how your organization is supporting people who have made it out of Sudan and who are taking refuge in Chad?
Yeah, actually, approximately 20,000 people already fled to Chad since April 15. International Rescue Committee has deployed since few days water assistance with water tracking system, because one of the major eager needs for newly arrived refugees was access to drinking water. We have also deployed a health mobile clinic as essential part of services, because the ones who arrived are women and girls and elderly people. So it is essential to offer them those services immediately. So this is how IRC is currently responding to those most urgent needs.
It's been a number of weeks that we've witnessed this instability really take root. I know you mentioned providing just the basics, the essentials, water to people. Talk to us more about what your greatest needs are right now. And not just for those trying to flee the country, but I would imagine that for people stuck in the country, the Sudanese people themselves are also in need of services.
Exactly. The humanitarian situation is alarming on both sides. So we have currently a massive population coming in. So their needs, immediate needs, are in terms of shelter, as I mentioned, water, health services, food, of course. Food, they only had provision for 5 days.
Wow.
So food assistance, and of course protection issues, which are one of the reasons, which are one of the problems when women and girls are facing this displacement. On the other side, it's extremely important for people to be able to leave the conflict areas. So, for example, today, on the other side of the border, the whole area is completely insecure. So therefore, no refugees managed to flee to Chad in the past week. We are, though, expecting more than 100,000 people to come once the humanitarian corridor will allowing them to cross these very dangerous areas at the moment.
Do you have any idea when that humanitarian corridor might be established? I mean, 100,000 people, more than 100,000 people is a lot.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to ask, people who are watching right now, is there a way that they can help those who do make it across the border once they do?
So for the first part of the question, it's very hard to answer. Those things depend on the political situation within the country. As you may know, the humanitarian community, UN system, NGOs, we are political authorities. Everyone is hoping for peace in Sudan as soon as possible. However, the damages are probably there. The cities the population will need additional support and most likely will need to flee. So I have no idea when this could potentially happen. What is important for the general population is to be aware that this is something that is ongoing. As you know, a lot of in this kind of situation, crises in Africa are sometimes seen as forgotten crises. They go behind the general crisis, the Afghanistan, Ukrainian crisis. So we see that they are forgotten. I'm so happy that today there is an interest, first of all, of communication and media to speak about this crisis and to raise awareness among people that they are currently an important number of refugees and that this number could be potentially higher. Second thing, it's of course donation. If they can, I would definitely ask anyone to donate to any relief organization they believe in. Of course, I'm working for International Rescue Committee. We do have a huge a team who is willing to help people who would like to donate. So definitely any kind of support today would be more than welcome.
A massive humanitarian crisis, and of course, even as far as global trade, $700 billion worth of global goods move through the Red Sea nearby. We all need to pay attention to this. Aleksandra Roulet-Cimpric, thank you for joining us and for the work that you do. Please keep us posted as things progress.
Thank you so much for your interest in this crisis. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.